Hey everybody, it's your boy Joseph back with another video. You know what, guys? Sorry about that. Had some piece of food still stuck in my mouth from dinner. Had pizza today. For dinner, by the way. Fridays in my house, it's always pizza night. I'm doing a book of. I'm not gonna lie. When I heard they were gonna become Goosebumps series called Horrorland, I wasn't as excited. I'm like, they're not gonna really live up to the 62. To this day, I've only read about, I don't know, like 3 Horrorland books. And of the 3 I've read, I hate to say this, guys, I really do. This book right here, Goosebumps Horrorland, The Streets of Panic Park, tops all Goosebumps books ever made. I'm sorry, it just does. I remember this book, reading it, I think I was starting on this part, and I was starting 1 week. I remember I was so I had to go to bed the next day because I had school, but I can't stop reading this. It got me hooked so bad. This book was so good. Anyways, I'm doing this review on it. Why I liked it. So basically, it's every character who's ever been in the other Horrorland series. So the Menace, the Snake Dude, Dr. Maniac, and all these type of things. And they get tricked into by a horror by the name of Byron, going into this place called Panic Park. And what happened was, Panic Park used to be part of Horrorland at one point, up until either 1971 or 1979. I'm not sure exactly what year exactly. I think it was 1979, if I'm not mistaken. And they got stuck in a time warp. So now every day is 1979 in this world. And the funny thing is, each of the villains in this movie or in the books, so like Slappy, Dr. Maniac, the Haunted Mask, all the other villains are in this place, and they're been brought by this guy named the Menace, who is like this two-faced villain with a twist of the plan. What he realizes, they have this fear meter in this Panic Park, and he realizes if he gets the fear meter up to a high level, by basically scaring people to death. If he scares all these kids to death, he will be able to reinstate, I guess, them back into Horrorland. So Panic Park will no longer be in a time warp, and they won't be in 1979 anymore. Okay, but the problem is he will kill all these kids in the process, but he doesn't care, and he hires the other villains to do it. Well, one of the villains has the ability of sightseeing, and realizes that later on, after they're doing all this shit to them, that he's gonna destroy them too after he gets what he wants, and doesn't care what happens to him. And oh my god, in all of Goosebumps history, you would have thought that no villain would have ever teamed up with the heroines, but all the villains end up teaming up to defeat the Menace. They team up. They all team up. Slappy teams up with everybody. All the villains team up, and they realize if we don't do this now, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna be destroyed, and we cannot let that happen. So they team up with the people who beat them in the first place. You gotta admit, guys, that's pretty boss. And then, what was it? Back to it. So yeah, defeat. So anyways. And how he beats it is they realize that the opposite of scare is laughter. So Slappy just makes fun of the Panic Park, the Menace, and everyone starts laughing, and the world becomes smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and till they find an escape route through a ride in the game, or in the Panic Park. I forgot the escape route was called. I think it was through a whirlwind ride, like a tornado ride kind of. And at the end of the book, it's my favorite ending of all. You think, oh yeah, we're all safe, remember? We're all safe, the world has ended. But nope, it's not safe. We're not safe at the end of the book. There we go, ready? Here's the end of the book, guys. Please keep them away, Luke said. How could we ever explain it? A green purple horror watched from the side. He had a smile on his face. I walked over to him. You're Ned, aren't you? I asked. His smile grew wider. Monster X to you, he said. Thank you, I said. I think we all want to thank you. Come on, you two, Dad called. We have a long drive ahead of us. He gave us a push toward the car. Lizzie, look at your hair, Mom said, brushing it down with her hand. It's all wild and crazy. Why is it such a mess? I went on a very fast ride, I said. That night, how happy I was to be back in my own bedroom. 3 guesses. But as I started to unpack, I couldn't get Panic Park out of my mind. I thought about a little shell girl pleading with me in that faraway voice. Find me, come and find you. Can you find me? By the way, all the people in this world who have been trapped there start to disappear into like shadows. They're like shadow people. I pictured that black and white world. It's all black and white, by the way, too. The dark and empty building, to the rides, the shops, and restaurants. All clothes, all shades of gray, shades from another world. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, I lost my place real quick. There we go. And then again, I saw the park shrinking away, growing smaller and smaller, and so tiny, and then gone. And a whole park, a whole world, gone with the tiny pop. I yawned. I was so tired. I could barely keep my eyes open. I pulled out my pair of jeans from the suitcase. They were still folded. I had never had a chance to wear them. And what was this? My hand felt something hard and big. Something taking up all the room in my suitcase. I pushed aside some t-shirts and gasped, "Oh no!" I lifted out a case of ventriloquist dummy. I rubbed its painted hair. It had an ugly grin on its wooden lips. How did this get into my suitcase? I murmured, and I let out a cry as the dummy's eyes slowly opened, and its ugly grin grew wider. Well, he rasped. Looking good, Lizzie. It blinked its eyes and gazed up at me. Ready to start a whole new story? This one really will give you goosebumps. Ha 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 ha. That's the end of the book. So basically, the end is Slappy gets the last fucking laugh. Either it's Slappy or Mr. Wood, but I think it's Slappy. Obviously, it's Slappy, so yeah. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll be back in a couple minutes to do another video. Another Goosebumps book review of another book I liked, of the recent ones. Very good twist ending in the next one as well. Bye, guys.